I was born in 1961 and I went to Form 1 in 1972. And I saw how our lifestyles changed from 72 onwards, to the point where in the mid-70s, everybody was traveling. In terms of the management of this economy, Ghana has gone back to the 70s. We've really gone back to the 70s. And it will take us another 53 years to get to 2016. And by then, the world will be in 2069. Here you have it. You're going to take an exam. You say you set your own questions. You say you set your own marking scheme. When the results come, you fail. You fail badly. For those of us that did A-level, you got sub. And then when you're asked, you say that your senior man was blocking you, or they were allowed to copy, and that it had rained, and the Odo River had overflowed. Meanwhile, your neighbors passed. You failed. So for me, and now you want to set another question to mark, and you are failing to respond to the reasons why you failed. My simple question is this, and I'm marking only one question. If the fundamentals are weak, what exposes you? It's the CD. It's as simple as that. In 2016, we were around $1 to $4 CDs. Now we are over 16 and it's rising. And please call me when it gets to 20. We are being managed by Dr. Feelgoods. These are Dr. Feelgoods. These are doctors. These are Dr. Feelgoods who tell us, who give us the rhetoric, but are never able to deliver on what they talk about. We've presided, and I don't, all this is the same thing. We've presided over the largest transfer of private wealth to the state to mismanage. And Ghana is not at war. When a country is at war, that's when citizens are asked to make sacrifices. The city has collapsed. There's going to be high prices and inflation. Dr. Feelgoods are still telling us that things will become better. We have pensioners, private individuals queuing up for their miserable savings and pensions. We have young adults still living with their parents with no prospect of moving out, with no prospect of a job. We have business closures. We have a financial sector cleanup where we spent over 25 billion cedis and nobody's even bothering telling us how the money was spent. Nobody, they can't even bother to tell us. We have the poison of Ghanaian waters. Our children are being poisoned. We are being poisoned. We have collapse of the energy sector. We have collapse of ECG. We have collapse of the cocoa board. The list is endless. And Prof will give you all the figures. The figures are nice. But the bottom line is, it's about the value of the CD in your pocket. That's economics. I've always spoken truth to power in economics. I've been speaking for the last 15 years. I'll speak truth to power to the government. The value of the CD in our pocket is worthless. And this is due to pure mismanagement. Absolute mismanagement. We can't pay our children's school fees. We can't save. We can't eat properly. We can't afford to go to hospital. We can't take transport, And what happens is that we all develop a coping mechanism. So you become poorer. You become poorer and poorer. And I saw it. I saw it going to Kingsway. I saw it what we ate. I saw going to Form 1. I saw how our lives changed. But the worst part of it all for me is that, the mismanagement of the economy, the emotional toll is absolutely ridiculous. And the people that suffer the most are the affluent. So it's okay to say I'll travel. But what happens? Our families are broken up. The community is broken up. Homes are lying empty. And all this leads to anxiety, depression, and loneliness for those of us in and out of Ghana. We deserve better. Forget about the figures. It's about the value of the seed in your pocket, and it's about being led by Dr. Feelgoods. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. Why should we reduce this kind of poverty? I mean, why?
Yeah.
I mean, that's my opening statement. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous.